Hey copycat quilters, I'm Ginger and welcome back to my channel. You know that video that I had about my favorite male quilters on YouTube blew up. I had so many people watch that and give me great comments back on some channels that I missed out on, that I didn't know about, or maybe just didn't have a chance to get it into my top 4. So I thought I would take some of that feedback and give you round number 2 of some of my favorite YouTube quilters who just happen to be men. So stay tuned. See if you find some new channels. And of course, in the comments below, you can always put all the great, wonderful male quilters that I missed. So the first guy I want to talk about is Steven at The Idiot Quilter and Bland Designs. You know, he's no idiot. Steven's fun to talk to. I had an interview with him and he's just very conversational and talks about his quilts and his opinion on quilting and his ideas. So he's really fun to watch. I hope you'll check him out.
Hello everybody, it's Steven here for The Idiot Quilter and welcome to my weekly episode. This is episode number 242 for November the 21st, 2023. Okay, so let's take a look at what I've been working on. Well, you've seen this in many pieces. And there are many more pieces now. And this is the Bundles of Joy pattern. This was the second choice that my subscribers made for me to make for the 4S Club collaboration. So here you go. Now I've made these 3 little cats with their cute little innocent looking faces, but I decided no, I wanted to add more. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun to put in a few of the blocks with claw marks on them? And that's what you see here in these 3. And I found an embroidery file for that. Yes, there's an embroidery file for everything.
Now this quilt you have seen before if you've been a regular subscriber to my channel. This was a quilt based upon a quilt that I received back in the early 80s, late 70s from my grandmother. My grandmother was an excellent quilt maker, although I don't ever remember seeing her make quilts. This last quilt has a name, and I think I've got the name right, but I don't know why it's called this, but it's called Doves of Hope.
I used a light thread as my bobbin thread, so the quilting isn't really evident here, but you can see the quilting here on the front. And it's I did do a variegated thread on this one. Did I use a variegated thread on this one? Yes, I did a variegated thread. Anyways, it's time to go. So I hope you have a great Thanksgiving if you're Americans. I hope that everybody else has a great week, and we'll see some of you maybe tomorrow on Sewing with Stephanie and Steven. And yeah, have a good one. Bye for now.
I'll put a link to Steven's channel below, but I really hope you do go check him out. And he also has his times with Stephen Walter. He interviews other people. I think you'll really enjoy his channel. So I may not have to introduce you to Rob Appel. He may already be on your list of subscribed channels. Rob is a fantastic teacher, and he's been around for a long time. I remember seeing him on an early episode of The Quilt Show. He makes quilting fun and interesting, and just does some really great tutorials. So you don't want to miss his channel.
Let's get stitching. Hey folks, thanks for joining me for another awesome tutorial today. We're going to conquer one of my very favorite style quilt projects, the Storm at Sea. We're calling it Swirling Waters. Are you ready? Let's get started. Now let's just stop for a moment. In case you're a brand new quilter out there, I really want to encourage you to pre-wash your dark blue and sometimes red fabrics, but especially in this particular one. I'm going to encourage you to wash it on hot with a little bit of retain in the wash. Folks, I have a super beginner friendly quilt project for all of us today. It's called Blue Willow and it's amazing. Are you ready? Let's get stitching.
So you know the drill. Go check out Rob's channel and let me know in the comments below what you think, or if you already knew about him. And I would especially encourage you to go watch some of his videos about his personal life. He has one of those great stories of where he overcame some adversities in his life, and one of the things that helped him do that was quilting. So the next guy you need to know about is Russ at Quilt Meets World. Russ has a lot of fun on his channel too. I like that he uses scraps and he talks about how he figures out which colors to use and how he's going to incorporate his scraps to make quilts that aren't necessarily scrappy. He's like me, he just likes a variety of different types of quilts. So check him out and see what you think.
99 inches is a long seam. And hopefully I won't have to rip one of them out. Hi, and welcome to Quilt Meets World, where we have adventures in piecing and joy. I'm Russ. Come on into my sewing room. I wasn't quite certain what I wanted to do for the border. And then I saw the fabric and I was like, I think this will be perfect. So I bought the fabric and then I bought something for the binding and came home and I finished the project. And it is right here. So I will give y'all a sneak peek at it. I'll have better pictures later in the video in the scenes from the week. But here is the quilt. So this purple is just too gorgeous. And then everything else in the middle was scraps. So this cost me very little to do. And I hope you have a great rest of your day and an awesome week. Until next time, stay happy and keep stitching.
Wait a minute, do you see that tattoo? You know, I'm not a tattoo girl, but if I got one, it might just have to be rainbow colored flying geese blocks. I love that. So you know the routine. If you enjoyed watching the little clips that I had of Russ, please head over to his channel. The link will be below, and let him know that Ginger at the Copycat Quilter sent you over. One popular guy that quilts that I didn't mention in my first video, but I certainly got a lot of comments about, and that's Darrell at the Quilting Marine. He's been around for a while and I love his story. He uses his emotional blocks, he calls them, and I think you'll enjoy watching his show and hearing his story. Some of the video is from very early days and then some is more recent. And honestly, I didn't include him in the first video because I hadn't seen him around for a while, but he's back again. So enjoy.
When I have hard times, when I'm thinking about things that happen while serving, or when I'm challenged in the day, I come in, I shut the door, and I do what's called crumb blocks. So I started saving my pieces, and I came in the room one time. I was overwhelmed and shut the door, and I started just sewing pieces together. And I started putting the scraps, grabbing scraps, and sewing them together. And it took my mind away from what I was dwelling on, what I was obsessing on, and issues that I was having with serving, okay? I think that this part of quilting, like the distraction part and the intricates of, you know, putting pieces together and matching or not matching parts together, helped me. And I think it could help others. I'll grab a handful of scraps, and then I'll just come in. I'll find a piece. All right, let's start with this piece right here. Okay, that's a nice scrap. Okay, and let's see what this does right here. Okay, let's try this one too. And it doesn't matter, just put them together. Okay, this is what I'll do. Let's sew these two together here. Okay, and no rules. All right, no quilt snobs. Okay, this is mine, and it's only mine. All right. And the only reason why we're able to talk about this is because I think this is what I need to share to help people or to help veterans come back into the fold, okay? There you go. And I add that to the pile. All right, look at my pile. Don't judge me. That's half of a pile, okay? But this is what I do. This is how I come in here and make these. Hey Quilt Nation, Quilt Marine here. So we're back working on our kaleidoscope, and we're back working on the world's longest kaleidoscope, and we are through our strips, right? Last time we left off, we had cut our 4-inch strips from our pre-cuts, right? And then from those 4-inch strips, we cut our triangles for our polygon, right? Polygon? Yeah, polygon, 6-side. I was saying hexagon, it's not hexagon, it's polygon. So it's up to you, right? You can put it together how you want. This is what I love about the kaleidoscope, all right? Is So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this to the machine. We're gonna put it together, all right? But we're not gonna put it completely together. We're just gonna make 2 halves, okay? So let's go to the machine. All right, so once you build a few of them, you'll start seeing what's coming along here, okay? So once we have that, we need to put it on the board. Let's go to the board. Okay, so this is the board. So this is what we have so far. So what I started with, the whole thing was all done, all kaleidoscope, but I wanted to change it up a little bit. So I came up with the idea of like having a breaking pattern to the end, but then my wife with the eye came in and she was like, why not have this? You're gonna be putting halves here on the bottom. This is Carmelo's, this is my buddy Carmelo. So you need halves on the bottom, okay, to finish off the edge. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and remember, it's only fabric and it's only thread.
So isn't Darrell great? I love his story. I love his enthusiasm and just how great he is, talking about how quilting helps him so much and he helps others because of it. I hope you go check out Darrell's channel, The Quilting Marine. So, did I find some quilters that you didn't know about? You know, all of us have different interests and things that we like or dislike. And I find some quilting channels I enjoy more where they're tutorials. Some of them are just hilarious and fun. And then some of them I like to listen to or sort of watch on the side while I'm sewing, and you just feel like you're sewing with someone that's a friend. So tell me what you like about it. Remind me of all the guys that I missed, and I hope to see you back soon on my channel. Thanks. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. I would really appreciate it.